Did y'all see the Gucci show? It was really good. Rico Nasty looks sickening, bitch. Welcome back to Smiley Said It. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the better woman syndrome. The better woman syndrome is basically another step up from a pick me because the better woman that was picked, she genuinely believes that she's the better woman. Like, she's better than all of his exes, better than any woman that can even become after her, because there will always be a woman after the woman that has the better woman syndrome. So for an example, when we talk about female rap, a lot of the lyrics are, I got better cat than she does. My cat is wetter than hers. My cat can do tricks and splits on the D. She can't do what I do. I suck better D than she does. Like, all that is giving pick me, but it's also giving the better woman syndrome, because a pick me doesn't always get picked, right? She can't have the better woman syndrome because she hasn't been picked yet. Let me talk about a few things. I have my notes. That's number one. A woman that believes that she can change or alter a man to fit her needs or desires is a dub. A man is going to do what he wants to do. We already know that. Anybody should be able to do whatever they want to do. She believes that she is capable of changing a man. We all know that you cannot change a person that does not want to be changed. Matter of fact, nobody should be changing anybody. Like, if you genuinely want to find a partner, make sure the partner actually likes you for who you are. You don't have to change who you are just because you're in a relationship, especially a new relationship. You do not have to change shit about yourself. She's better than his past exes, even better than his kids. Now, any woman that thinks she's better than a man's kids out of jealousy, or she doesn't like the attention that the man gives his children over her, those type of women are trash. Because what do you mean the children come last and you come before the children? Women that are able to manipulate a man to get rank over his own children aren't worth a damn. They're trash. Men, do not ever, ever, ever get with a woman that believes she's more important than your children. That is disgusting. And also, women too, do not get with a man that thinks he's better than your children. I don't understand. So the better woman, she ignores the fact that he trashes his exes, his previous woman that he's dated, his baby mama. He also doesn't have any reasons as to why it ended, besides every woman hurt his feelings, did him dirty. He never admits to his part in how the relationship ended. Okay. The last date that I ever went on with a guy, it was a second date. It was only 2 dates before I realized this guy was a complete narcissist, and he was love bombing, doing the whole future faking. He was doing it all. Okay. He literally told me, he was like, yeah, my baby mama hurt my feelings. She hurt me, and I'm tired of being hurt. All I want is love. You know, when men start trying to be poetic and shit about when men start being poetic about shit like what they're looking for in a woman, as if he probably wasn't a fucking Tasmanian devil to that woman's life, okay? He had 2 kids by 1 woman. He made sure that shit was clear. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't care, because I don't want to date a man that has kids. So we're not moving forward in a romantic sense because you have something that I don't want. He also wanted marriage. I said, I don't want marriage. He said, well, we could just be friends still. No, we're not compatible. Do not get upset when a woman tells you that she's not compatible, even if you have it made up in your mind. You like the person, but the other person doesn't want you. Move on, right? Anytime a woman ignores the fact that a man keeps trashing all of his exes and that every woman has hurt him or any of that, you need to do your own investigation. Maybe even call her up. Maybe even call up, call up the ex, verify the information. Can I get your baby mama's number before we proceed to get serious? I want to know. I want to talk to her. I want to hear from the horse's mouth what really happened, because you telling me all this nasty, crazy things about, you talking nasty about the mother of your child. I don't care what happened. Why are you telling me that? Why is a man telling the better woman that his baby mama or his ex-wife or his exes or the women he's dated in the past aren't shit? Why are you telling me that as a woman? Because if anything goes wrong with this, I already know you're going to tell the next woman some bullshit. I already know it. You're a chatty patty, okay? You talk and run your mouth, and you shouldn't be talking about your ex's past. I don't care. And the only reason why I should care is that you're already raising up red flags that I should be concerned about, because what do you mean all your exes treated you like shit? You didn't have no involvement in how the relationship ended. You ain't have no involvement. You are squeaky clean. And the first thing he was doing was trying to like butter me up by how much money he has. He got this, he got that. Ugh, I can't stand to show off. Let me see for myself. You do not have to tell me you got this, you got that. Let me see for myself, right? I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna find out. He got this going on. He has 2 houses. He got this. And I already know this motherfucker is lying. But I was like, entertain me. Go ahead. What you got going on, okay? He was like, and the last woman that I took on a date, she was young. She was like in her mid-20s, I think. I don't know why I remember all this shit, because I was appalled. Maybe that's why. I remember great details when I'm like appalled or shocked, because the details are just so like unbelievable. She used me. She wanted, me to take her shop. I'm like, well, you know what I told him? I said, well, if she used you, or she wanted you to take her shopping, she wanted you to buy her stuff, da da da. First of all, you're dating a woman in her mid-20s when you're closer to 40, all right? That's already, like, what the fuck did you think was going to happen, huh? Why else would she be sticking around with the older man? All right? For what? And you got 2 kids. You're not the prize, sir. And he was like, I had to cut her off. And you know what I told him? Why did you introduce your pockets to her? As a form of flattery? Like, obviously, she's going to want what you offered. You don't approach someone that you're newly dating, that you have finances, you're secure, da da da, unless you intended on her having those resources. Because why would you bring them up? I don't lead with, I have this, I have that, I have that, unless I planned on sharing those resources, right? Because who the fuck cares? They're not my resources to care about, they're yours. So why are you telling me about them? Unless you want to share them. Share with the class, please. But you don't, right? So why lead with your pockets and then get upset when those pockets are wanting to be emptied? Don't lead with your pockets unless you want to spend what's in your pockets. It's just that simple. She a gold digger for asking you for money after you pretty much made that your identity? Come on. You wanted her goodies. That's what he wanted, her goodies. He said she didn't want to be intimate even though she wanted my money. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, sir. They didn't want to make it work with me. They didn't want to make it work with me. And I'm like, make what work? What the fuck did you do where they have to make it work? That's one thing I don't believe in, child. I don't believe in fighting for love. Those 2 words don't mix. Fight, love, they don't mix for me. He believed in fighting for love. He believed in working through shit. I don't believe in that because I'm a leaver. I leave. The moment someone is no longer serving me, I'm being real. That's why I don't date. The moment that someone shows me who the fuck they are and it's not what I'm looking for, I'm out. I'm not trying to figure out, why are you this way? How can we make this work? How can you change for me? How can you change for the relationship? How can you? No, I'm not doing that. I'm leaving. Bye-bye. I'm leaving with my peace. I walked into this relationship with my peace and I'm leaving with it. You are not going to raise my cortisol levels. You're not going to make me miss all my edges and break out my skin and gain weight from stress and trying to figure out about, for one person, one man, why the fuck this is not working. Y'all need to stop doing that shit. Leave the first time you realize that that person is no longer serving you. I don't understand sticking around trying to make shit work. It's not going to work. He's beating your ass. It's not going to work. He's cheating on you. It's not going to work. Those are choices. Couples therapy is not going to save you, sweetheart. Couples therapy is not for every fucking thing that happens in a relationship. Did you know that? Sometimes things just don't work. Sometimes people are just no longer compatible. And that's okay. We have to start saying, and that's okay, after shit hits the fan. And that's okay. The better woman is assuming and prejudging, right, that the other woman didn't deserve this wonderful man that she has. And still is newly getting to know, by the way. The beginning stages of dating, especially like when you have people that are manipulators, the love bombing, the future faking, pretty much the fairy tale feelings, like the butterflies that you get, which is not really a good thing. It's more of your nervous system alarming you that something is off. The beginning stages of dating happens, and as women, I get it. When you think you found a decent person, it's going well, the text messages are flowing, they're making plans. In your head, you already are imagining your future with this person. You're already picking out these countries you can see yourself visiting with this person. You can imagine the type of restaurants you would love to sit at. You're literally pouring images into your head because this person is feeding you a version that you like, a version of themselves that you like. Some women that are part of the better woman syndrome, she believes that how could he be this nice, but also have all these exes? There's no way that this man is this good and has caused problems in his past relationships. No, my dear. If anything, that's why he's probably upping the ante. He's probably taking you out to all these nice restaurants because later on you're going to find out that was his cover, okay? He sent his representative, is what I'm saying. He wasn't really showing up being his true self because let me tell you something. If it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. Yeah. In the beginning, I always said this. I even told my exes, I said, do not do stuff for me in the beginning that you can't maintain or keep up towards the end. If you are the type of person that likes to bring flowers, go on vacation trips, I expect that to be happening throughout the relationship. I'm not understanding why even introduce yourself as someone that is a provider, whatever the fuck that means these days, or a giver, or someone whose love language is, giving and giving thoughtful gifts, except, stuff like that. But if you're not going to maintain that in the beginning, why even introduce it to me? Because to me, that is manipulation. I believe it is. I'm not saying it's intentional for every man that does it, right? I understand like shit happens. People lose their jobs. The money's not going to be the same. I get it. Shit happens up and down. I get it. I'm not saying it has to be perfect. I'm not saying you got to be like Mariah Carey when she was with Nick Cannon and he had to bring her flowers. I think it was like every day or some shit like that. Something crazy. She wanted a lot of flowers weekly. So fresh flowers, new flowers, okay? Which is not cheap. But what I'm saying is if you genuinely want to introduce yourself as someone that literally has it all, don't be shocked when the person that you're trying to impress asks for where it is. Where's all of it? The woman, she's going to think, oh, well, he's being nice to me. I don't understand how all his past relationships didn't work. That's your job, lady, to investigate why. Your job is to investigate why his past relationships ended, even though he's being nice right now. Because something's not adding up. He's not being truthful. He's not telling you the full fucking truth. And save me the whole, it just didn't work out. There's something else there. It's not just it didn't work out. What is it? Lack of communication? What happened? Because I'm sure his exes felt the same way you did in the honeymoon stage. Happy, gleefully, just spending all the money, just eating out and living lavish. I get it. Another downfall to women that have the better woman syndrome is that they don't know or can identify what future faking and love bombing is. When a man is feeding you all these like future plans, even though you don't even really know who he is, but he's already promising you trips. He's already telling you that, the next 2 years he plans on buying a house and he would love for you to fit in that house. Like he's building on this new property and he's literally selling you a dream. Okay. He's literally telling you this is what our future is going to look like, even though you don't even really know who he is as an individual, but it sounds nice. So you're going to be like, oh, how great. Yeah, I would love to like live in Bali. I would love to have a vacation home in Bali. I would love to, do this and do that. It sounds good. But the average person is not doing all that shit. And even if they are, they're not telling the person that they're newly dating that that is what they're going to do. Because if he does have all this money and he has all these assets and stuff, why would he tell a woman that he barely knows about it? Right? Why would any man that smart tell a woman that he barely knows and getting to know, I got this and I want to share it with you? You would be a fucking idiot, right? You would be a dumbass to talk about sharing your assets with a woman you barely know. Aren't there gold diggers out there? I know y'all love talking about them. So why the fuck would you introduce someone to your shit? That's what I'm saying. Your stuff to someone you don't know. It sounds too good to be true because it is. That man don't know you. He's not going to share his resources with you. He's just trying to entrap you to keep you hooked. He's going to hook you, wheel you in, and you're going to be like, oh my God, what happened? I thought we were doing this. He's going to keep pushing the promises because you're going to keep chasing them. That future faking, love bombing shit. What coffee do you drink? Let me send you a $25 gift card for like the next couple of days so you can get coffee and don't worry about it. Not too bad, right? That don't sound too crazy. Offering to pay constantly for stuff, like trying to buy you. That's what it feels like. I'm not even going to hold you. That love bombing shit, that love bombing phase will hit you upside the head real quick. When you look up, you're like, holy crap. Oh, now he's dangling all these favors he's done for me over my head because I refuse to do this for him. Oh, now he's negging me. He's trying to put me down because he realized I don't actually really need him. Different manipulation tactics that people play in the love bombing phase, but you'll know it when you see it. You do. You'll know it. I peeped it immediately with the last guy that I was on the 2 dates with. I was like, oh, ugh, gross. Why are you promising me all this shit? You don't even know me. You don't even know what I like. Do you even know if I like the water? So why are you offering me a trip to Bali? Do you even know if I like hiking? Why are you promising me a trip to the cabins? You'll know if someone's trying to impress you, even though they don't know what to impress you with because they don't know you. That's why you got to get to know people. You don't automatically say we're dating and we're committed and this is the one. Oh my God, he took me over a city. He took me on a helicopter over New York City and had a wonderful dinner. Awesome. And that's all it was, sweetheart. Sometimes we got to let things be a good time. It don't mean it's going to be lead up to a commitment. Sometimes we just have to enjoy moments with people because the moment you set yourself up by planning in your head different things that are going to happen in the future before they even did, you're going to set yourself up to be disappointed. So don't do that. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy what's happening right now and investigate. Investigate. Check out the alibis of his exes. If he wants, since he want to talk shit about them, say, give me their number. You can be on three-way. I could put her on speaker. Well, I don't any longer share my past exes with the person I'm dating unless they inquire it, unless they ask. But even then, I'm not giving you too many details because for me, if I'm shit talking my ex, for what? What is the context? That's just me. I do not like talking about my past because that is literally giving me the person I'm currently dating a formula, so to speak, or some bullets to put in the chamber if and when they want to use it to fire back at me when they get mad or mirror exactly what my exes have done to me. I'm telling you, I'm not telling you what I think, I'm telling you what the fuck I know. The better woman doesn't see herself in other women, such as a casual pick-me. A woman that doesn't see herself in other women will project that onto every scenario where she believes she's better in, whether it's dressing, whether it's intimacy, whether it's her form of communication. I would never do that to you. I would never lie to you. I would never use your money. I would never do this. I would never do that, bitch.
Bitch, you better be joking.
Then you're crazy because it's a two-way street, sweetheart. If you think you are the better woman because you don't see yourself in another woman as a woman, that is the definition of a pygmy. That is a definition of a male-identified, male-centered woman, and those type of women are dangerous. What do you mean you don't want women to have voting rights as a woman? What do you mean you're not a feminist as a woman? What the fuck do you mean? Some men will hate the fact that they can't triangulate you against their exes, against other women, like say even in social media. There are some men that literally will try to make you feel some type of envy or feel some type of way about his exes or his baby mama. It's another form of manipulation, okay? Like if a man compares you to his exes by saying you're better or you do this better, do not take that as respect. Even if she wasn't the best person that you were in a relationship with, it doesn't probably mean that she's a bad person. Do not compare me at all to any other woman. It's weird. It is a form of triangulation. It is not a compliment when a man tells you that you're better than his ex or you do this better than any other woman that he's been with. If that is the case, he wouldn't have to say it. There's no need to point that shit out. Just enjoy the person that you're with right now. Like, why even bring up the fact that your ex didn't used to wash dishes, but you wash them better? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Maybe I'm not different from your exes. Maybe I'm actually the same. Maybe it's you that's the fucking problem. I don't know. I don't gain anything from being the better woman because I don't care what men think of me. I don't wake up and think, oh my God, what will a man think if I wore this? What would a man think if I had my hair like this? Will a man think I'm masculine if I show up this way? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what men think about me personally. I don't. Why would I? Why the fuck would I do that? Yeah, I never compared myself to my ex's past relationship, so I don't care. I don't have to stress myself out over one person. Why the fuck would I do that over another grown adult that I'm choosing to entertain? I don't have to. You don't have to. The better woman syndrome is a fucking setup for failure. If you really believe that you are going to be the better woman, you don't have to fucking think it. You just maybe are. If you are the better woman, congratulations, I guess. Did you want a fucking cupcake? There's no award for being the better woman. There just isn't. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. I wanted to get some sun out, and we still got a lot of snow out here, child. That is New England for you. Take care, you guys. Peace, love, and happiness. Bye.